Hi, and welcome to my enhanced rational number sentence frame. We're going to start with 2 plus 3.5. And we're going to use the sentence frame to uncover the answer to this one. Super easy starting. We start at positive 2. We're going to face the positive direction. This is our guide back from using regular integers. We're going to face the positive direction. And since that's a positive 3, I'm going to jump forward 3.5 times. My answer is about, well, let's see. So this is a great time to stop. 2. Okay, start at positive 2. Face the positive direction. And I'm going to move forward 3.5 times. So 1, 2, 3, and then a half. So it looks like that one's going to be about positive 5.5. And I made it super easy on that one. So this is about, okay, how could we make this streamline a little bit? So we're moving further this way. It looks like we can take the 2 and the 3.5, we can add them together to make a larger positive number. So I'm going to add, and the sign is still going to be, I'm still on the positive end, so that's positive. And the answer is 2. So this is where I would actually do the 2 plus the 3.5. And 2 has a decimal point of 2.0, and that's 5.5. So our answer is 5.5. Okay, let's make things a little bit more difficult. We have this one here, and I'm going to make this negative 2 plus 3.5. Okay, so I start at negative 2. I'm going to face the positive direction. I'm going to go forward because that's a positive 3.5 times. So my answer is about. So if I start at negative 2, and I better use this here. So I forgot to put a number line there. Start at negative 2, and I move, negative 2, I face the positive direction there, and I'm going to move positive 3.5 times. So 1, 2, 3 and a half. Look at that. I'm at 1.5. So it's about positive 1.5. But if I look at these numbers here, how could I use this to think about, well, what am I doing with these numbers? Would I add or subtract them? Well, here I would actually subtract these two because I have a 2 and a 3.5. You might be thinking, well, you would add them, and perhaps, yeah, there is addition happening right here, but I would say I would have to subtract them, because what I could do is I could reverse this, but I won't. This is definitely subtraction. The only way I'm going to get this is the 1.5 is if I have 3.5 minus 2. If I do this, I have 5, and 3 minus 2 is 1. There's my 1.5 right there. That is my answer. So I'm going to subtract the absolute values, and the sign will be, oh, I can see it's just positive right there, positive 1.5. The next one we have is negative 2.7 minus 3.1. And so we start at negative 2.7. We have to face the negative direction. We will jump forward 3.1 times. My answer is about, let's see now, negative 2.7, negative 2.7, somewhere around here, facing the negative direction. I will jump forward 3.1 times, so it's 1, 2, 3.1. It looks like my answer is about negative 6. So let's think about this. To get the answer, we're actually going to have to add or subtract. Well, if I'm here and I have to go further that way, I have to add these two negatives together. It's like this is a negative, and I have to go further, that more negative. So I have to add the two values together. And so I'll do that right here. 2.7 plus 3.1. That's 8, and this is 5.8. And so this sign is going to be negative. We can see it's going to be negative right there. And it's going to be negative 5.8. Okay. Next, we have negative 5.14 plus 1.6. I'm going to start at negative 5.14. I will face the positive direction. So let's do that. Negative 5.14 is about here. And I will face the positive direction. I will jump forward because that's a positive 1.6. 1.6 times. So let's think about our answer. If I'm here and I move forward 1.6, that's like a half. So here's like a half of a jump. So that looks like it's about negative 3.6. This is 3, negative 4. I'm going to call it negative 3.6. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If I have this and I have to bring it closer to 0, I'm going to have to subtract. I'm going to have to subtract these numbers. I guess perhaps I have fewer negatives. And so I will take over here 5.14 minus 1.6. I have to subtract them. That's going to be 4. This is 11 minus 6 is 5. And 4 minus 1 is 4. So I believe it'd be 4.54. I'll check that one more time. 4, 11, yeah, so 4.54. So I had to subtract these. And the sign of the answer is still negative. I can see here the sign of the answer is still negative. And 4.54. 4.54. That does not look like it matches my answer. So here's my estimation, negative 3.6, 5.14, and then 1, and then a half. So this is perfect. Negative 4.54. Let's see what I did wrong here. And I think I see, yes. Wow. Look at that. This is how it's helping me right here. I realize 4 minus 1 is actually 3. 3.54. Haha. That is perfect. It's almost as though I planned it. There you go. Negative 3.54. And 3.54 is pretty darn close to 3.6. So there you go. Our next one, and it looks to be our final one, is going to be negative 3.8 minus negative 2.5. Start at negative 3.8. Face the negative direction. I will jump backwards 2.5 times. Okay, my answer is about, well, let's see what it's about. Negative 3.8. Negative 3.8 is about here. Boom, 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 boom. Face the negative direction, but move backward 2.5 times, 2.5 times. So I have to move backward 1, 2, and a half jump is like, well, it looks like I'm going to be at about negative 1. Okay, so do I have to add or subtract to get that exact answer? Well, I have negatives, but I have fewer negatives. I have to subtract this. So I have 3.8 minus 2.5 to figure out what that is. 3.8 minus 2.5, that is 1.3. Okay, so here I can see my answer is still negative. And the answer is negative 1.3. Negative 1.3. And there you go. There's some practice problems for you. Thanks for watching.